How has the reaction been within your family? I follow you. I see what you're posting. I know you're very close with your family. And I find it so interesting that every time you do a Q&A, which you do often, which I love because I love reading them, and people always ask about your sister. It's like, how does your sister feel about you? It's like, my sister loves me. What do you want my answer to be?
People want me and Nikki to hate each other or something.
That
it's like
shocks
the most
me every time. I'm like,
thing.
people are like, her sister must hate her. I'm like, what?
They're like, so like, how does it make you feel that she's a lot skinnier than you? I'm like, wait, get a life. Like, it's so weird. And like, we just laugh about it. I send her every single one, and like, we actually crack up, and she's like, wait, I really don't get it. Like, she started actually this week, like, sent me like 20 photos of us, and she's like, I posted you more than when you got a following now. Like, it's always her begging to take photos with me, and I'm like, I'm not in the mood. Like, it's me that doesn't want to. People are like, how do you, the main thing, the new rumor is that she doesn't want to post me because of like what I look like or whatever, and I'm like, that to me, that doesn't make me upset. That is hilarious. I'm sorry.
Some things are just funny.
What is that, like, kind of some of the more wild things that you get asked during those Q&As? Like, what do you see that really just actually makes you laugh out loud that people ask you?
I mean, people ask, like, people just, like, want to know the most personal possible things about you. And I am someone that answers a lot of personal questions. But even when I was looking at it, like, whenever I did that yesterday or 2 days ago, I'm just like, I think just like lately I'm just starting to just be like, enough. Like, I'm just like about, like, it's just like, if there's anything like of negative or that I truly is just not true. It's like, yes, I responded to the thing about my sister because it's just been happening so much. But it's like, I'm just kind of tired of like, you can choose if you want to sit there and explain yourself, or you could just ignore it.
Right.
So I think I'm working on trying to ignore these things and also keep certain things. Like, I'm so honest about everything. Like, I mean, like, open about things in my personal life, like picking and choosing some things that maybe I don't need to share.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, one thing that we see often with people who gain such a huge following is so many different paths open up, right? Like, people can, if their lifelong dream was to become a singer, now all of a sudden the doors open for that. Or, you know, it's mine. I have a terrible voice. Or like an actor. Maybe for Remi, maybe she has a great voice.
No, but that's, sorry to cut. That was like another thing I saw the other day. Like, when people were commenting, I posted like a singing video because I always did, and then I just stopped. And even that, like, when I of course you're going to get opinions, but when people are like, you have a bad voice, this, I'm like, there's a point where it's like, I'm like, I know I don't. Like, I know I don't have a bad voice. Like, I know I don't. I've never been told, like, I never was told that unless the whole world's lying to me. But, like, I just, like, there's certain things that, like, those little things the other day made me realize, like, stop looking at what these people are saying, because, like, I know certain things that, like, whatever they say is just not always the truth.
Exactly. And so, like I was mentioning, like, you like to sing, right? And it just opens up all these different doors. Where do you see yourself taking this following now? Because you are involved in the fashion world. You have your hands on that. Is there anything else that you haven't gotten your hands on that you now want to?
Yeah, I think there's so many things, but I don't know, like, where to go next. Like, I feel like I'm waiting for Fashion Week's happening, waiting for the second drop of Revolve, and then it is like, I always want to keep going. Like, I don't want there to be like a little break. So I'm now thinking, like, what do I do? You know, I launched a podcast, and it wasn't for me at the time, and I felt that, like, I need to be so into what I'm doing, or I won't be excited about it. So I think it's just like, I don't know. Like, I like what people are like, would you do comedy? Would you do acting? Would you do singing? Would you go on tour and do so? I don't know. So I'm just trying to figure that out.
Do you feel any pressure now to say yes to everything?
The opposite. Yeah. I feel like I was saying yes so much because I felt like I had to. Obviously, a lot of this is like, you know, it's a job now for me too. So it's like, of course you're going to get pressure, but I think I'm really good at staying true to myself of, like, even if I was offered a shit ton of money from a brand, but it just wasn't in line with, like, what I believe in, or it doesn't fit me right, like, I have to say no. Like, I just have to. And I've done that with a lot of brands. So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to just, like, a lot of, like, the opportunities that have happened, like a Revolve, or even that podcast, or like a Pink, came my way. And then I making the decision, like, does this make me happy? Like, would this excite me? So I'm not waiting. I think if I have an idea or something, great. But I'm just kind of like, okay, well, this happened on its own in a way. And like maybe I should just keep letting that happen and just see what comes my way.